Remember, everybody, Democrats are just supposed to shut up and dribble. LeBron, dribble that ball. George Clooney, you just go act. Keep to yourself. Every other talented, from Bruce Springsteen on to Eddie Vedder, we could name them all, Denzel Washington. They're all liberal. It's all the sort of failures and the rejects, which is how Breitbart started. He wanted to make it out in Hollywood and didn't. You got Dana Loesch, who pitched sitcoms and failed, so she became a right-wing commentator. And recently there was a thread on Twitter about all of the Explore talent. I don't even know exactly what that is, but I think it's third-rate models and actors trying to get gigs. Candace Owens was signed up there. Tomi Lahren, Timmy Lahren was signed up. I mean, the Republicans get their talent from people that are thirsty for some acknowledgement and for making money, more money than they should make for doing nothing. And they're willing, of course, when the right wing says, use that talent to propagandize the American people. So 500,000 more die from COVID, or, an extra 30,000 die this year from firearms. Or so we come out in support of genocide in Ukraine by Vladimir Putin. That's where their Explore talent people end up, and their failed actors. So it's not a shock that today, now the issue is guns. And of course, they don't want to just shut up and dribble. We've got Kevin Sorbo, who, again, every time he looks in the mirror, I think sees a younger Arnold Schwarzenegger, except for the fact that he isn't nearly as charismatic, wasn't as talented, career was a lot shittier, didn't make nearly the money, and nobody knows who the hell he is. And he's a religious nut now. He tweeted out, quote, "We are coming for your guns." Who are you sending? The cops who are too afraid to enter a school? So first he throws out the "we are coming for your guns" thing that isn't happening, has never happened, won't happen even when gun control laws are passed. No one's coming door to door to rip people's guns away. But he, of course, says that and then accepts that as a truth and then responds, "Who are you sending?" And the truth of the matter is he's right about the cops who refused to enter the school in Uvalde, which is why moron Kevin Sorbo doesn't get that even if his Herculean powers were to suddenly now join with his 112-year-old body, he'd still get his ass kicked by Arnold Schwarzenegger. But that's another story. He wouldn't have been able to do anything at that shooting in Uvalde because nobody's been able to, because there have been armed guards in Buffalo and Uvalde and Virginia Tech and Columbine and Parkland, and they weren't able to stop anybody. The ones in Uvalde were a whole step worse. They're actual cowards who should lose their jobs and probably go to prison. They've refused to even cooperate with an investigation as to why they stayed outside for an hour and refused to even go in. They refused to go in. Why? They're trained to do this. This is what they do. I'm sure they're all out there fighting for everybody to have every gun that they want. They just don't want to go in and actually have to suffer the consequences of their political beliefs if they're like a lot of the cops in this country. So you know what? You've said so many dumb things in one sentence, Kevin. It's hard to actually imagine. We're coming for your guns. No. The cops are too afraid to enter the school. Well, these were. If we sent real cops and to come and try to help people to the school, real well-trained SWAT type cops, yeah. We sent a SWAT team. I bet they could have helped out, but it would be too late because the guy never should have been there with an assault weapon to begin with. And if we had gun control for assault rifles the way we do for machine guns, you notice you never see anybody with a machine gun because we registered the living F out of those in the 1930s because they were mobsters' favorite weapons. And now what you have to jump through the hoops from psychological tests to written tests and performance tests and proof of references, proof of your lack of criminality, even though there's so many hoops to jump through, nobody can get them. We could do that with assault rifles. That would be what would solve this, and we should, of course, with handguns, get pretty close to that too. Everything from license to registration to background checks to references to psychological tests to performance tests to written tests and the rest. Okay. Tomi Lahren, Explore Talent, failed everything else. In case you all are confused about this, our constitutional rights don't come from McConaughey or any other celebrities. Matthew McConaughey from Uvalde did something actually really, incredible yesterday. He pleaded with Congress from the White House to pass background checks and to pass red flag laws and numerous other laws that they're just sitting there because Republicans bathe in blood, and apparently the money they get from the NRA and the support they get from Fox is more important than little baby caskets and little kids being buried in caskets that are decorated with Superman. Tomi Lahren telling other people to just shut up and sing. I mean, again, she should just shut up and explore talent and go back to her to when she used to have that nice little picture of her up that made probably $1 a day. She's a moron, and Fox has used her to their advantage. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't know anything about guns, doesn't know anything about our Constitution. Neither does Kevin Sorbo. But again, why is it always the Tomi Lahrens and Kevin Sorbos who speak for them? Why is it always the second-rate, third-rate, 14th-rate models and actors? And you could literally pick anyone out of a hat on the left, and it's all the Academy Award winners. It's all the top people. Hell, even John Voight, who's usually a right-winger, is called for background checks and assault weapon ban. He can't even stay with the right on this one. Again, they don't need to just shut up and dribble on the right. They really should just shut up. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Also, you should, what else should you do? Get notifications, like this video, share this video with all your friends any way you can, social, email, and say some nice things or unnice things in the comments. Thanks.